Hello guys. So today I'm gonna be talking about Miami Cuban link ring that I picked up yesterday from Daniel Jewelry Inc. This jeweler, if for those of you who don't know, they're based out of Hialeah, Florida. So they're a very popular jeweler here in Miami. If you've ever looked up Miami Cuban links on YouTube, you got a bunch of YouTubers who covered their pieces made by them. Very popular choice here in Miami for Miami Cuban links and any other type of custom piece that you may want. So I had actually commissioned this piece back in April. This is gonna be a gift from my aunt, whose birthday is in August. So I commissioned it in April just because I didn't want to have any run into any issues. Daniel Jewelry Inc., they're a very popular, I guess, jewelry brand, so they get a lot of commissions. So I know their backlog is crazy. Standard wait times is 3 to maybe 4 months for like a bracelet or a chain, maybe even more. With this ring, it took about 2 months, so it wasn't that crazy. But let me show you guys a receipt. So I had commissioned this piece back in April 13th, and the piece was ready June 7th. So I had commissioned an 18 karat 8mm Miami Cuban link ring, size 7. The ring, it came out to $1,080. So the reason for this video is because I had a bad experience with this purchase. So this isn't really my first piece that I've gone from Daniel Jewelry Inc. This is my 13mm 14 karat rose gold Miami Cuban link bracelet that I got, I believe, 2 years ago from them. Let me show you guys the hallmark. So 14 karat, and then you got the Daniel Jewelry Inc. Stamp. So with this bracelet, I had them check the purity when I picked it up as well, and this piece came out good. It came out 14 karat. Before I had this piece, I originally had a 8mm 14 karat rose gold, and then I sized up to the 13mm. So both of those times, I had them check the piece with the x-ray gun, and it would always come out the carat that I had ordered. So no issues with those orders. But this is the first time that I ran into an issue with Daniel Jewelry Inc. over a particular piece. So what happened yesterday was that I got a call saying that the ring was ready. Went up to Hialeah, Florida. They for you guys that don't know, they actually moved. They're in a new location. It's not too far from their original store, but if you live here locally and you pass by their old location and you see that it's closed, don't freak out. I think their new address, if I'm not mistaken, is 2750 West 68th Street, Hialeah. So just spreading out the word. But anyway, when to pick up the ring, and it doesn't matter if it's Daniel Jewelry Inc. or any other type of jeweler. What I always like to do is that when I pick up the ring, I always like to have them scan it with the x-ray gun to make sure that I'm getting the product that I ordered. So I wasn't really expecting much. Like I said, this wasn't my first piece that I commissioned from Daniel Jewelry Inc. I had commissioned this piece, came out good, and I was expecting the same out of this ring. So let me show you guys the carat. trying to focus here. It's a little bit small. Just bear patience with me, guys. Okay, I found it. So if you see that, sorry, my hands are shaking. It's 18 karat, and then it has the Daniel Jewelry Inc. Hallmark stamp. So I had one of the reps scan it for me. He obliged. So first time he scanned it, kind of took a while. He was looking at the screen, cleaned the ring, scanned it again, looked at the screen, cleaned the gun, scanned it a third time, then a fourth time, then a fifth time. You know, the rep was there for a good 2 to 3 minutes, just continually hitting the ring with the x-ray gun. At that point, I kind of like stepped in and I told him, you know, is there an issue? What's going on? And the rep basically told me that the ring was under karat. So I actually took a screenshot of the reading. So bear with me. I'm going to show you the picture that I took. So the reading, every time that he was hitting it with the x-ray gun, it would read 17.51 karat. So if you see there, the composition is 72.96% gold, 5.83% silver, I believe that would be AG, 4% zinc, and then 17.15% copper. So long story short, it was an 18 karat. And you know, at that point I was kind of annoyed, but I didn't, you know, raise my voice. You know, I told the rep that, you know, I was expecting an 18 karat, that's what I paid for. And, you know, I told him that this was a gift for somebody, and that I was disappointed with it. And there was another rep there that was present. He jumped into the conversation. He started giving me this explanation, you know, with rings in particular, since the links are more compact and smaller. There's like a smaller surface area in between the links. You know, they're more, I guess, stiff compared to a bracelet where the links are more free moving. You know, with the ring, they're a little, you know, more, I guess, compact in a sense. He told me that whenever they would use a solder to connect the links for, you know, Miami Cuban link rings, the, you know, jeweler would have to use a lower quality karat solder to basically ensure that the links wouldn't snap. And he basically told me that was the reason why the ring came out, you know, under karat. And I was listening to that explanation, and correct me if I'm wrong, but jewelers typically, when they solder, you know, links, or they repair broken, you know, jewelry, they always make sure that they use the same karat gold solder as the piece that they're working on. So, you know, I told him that, and he basically repeated the same explanation again. And in my head, that explanation didn't make sense. And he kind of, I guess, noticed that I wasn't kind of buying his explanation. So he told me that they had actually ran into a similar issue with a previous customer who had commissioned Miami Cuban link ring. And basically what they ended up doing for that customer was that they had used higher purity solder to connect the links. But what ended up happening with that piece is that that customer's piece ended up, I guess, breaking. And the rep basically told me that my Daniel Jeweler Inc. would not cover that piece under warranty if they used, higher purity solder. I told him, okay, that's fine, but, I'm not going to be paying 18 karat prices for a piece that's 17.5K. I told him again I want a discount. And he said that he couldn't do a discount. He said that he could, take the piece back to the jeweler, their jewelers, and have them use higher solder. But at that point, if the ring broke, basically they would not cover it under their warranty. And at that point, I was disappointed, because like I said, this piece was or is a gift that I'm going to give to my aunt. And the thing about my aunt is that she works in a field that's very physically demanding, and I know that she's going to be using this ring every day. If she worked in an office setting, I wouldn't worry too much. I would, tell the, Daniel Jeweler Inc. to remake this ring with the higher purity solder. But like I said, my aunt, she works in a field where she's going to be outside a lot, moving a lot, going to be a lot of physical activity. And she likes to use her jewelry every day. So I didn't want to run the risk of them using a higher solder and then have the ring break on my aunt. So I basically told them, you know what, that's fine. I'll take it as it is. But, it's disappointing that, I commissioned the ring as 18 karat and you guys are giving me, lower purity carat. You're shorting me on the carat. And the rep, he, he didn't, I guess, roll his eyes or anything like that, but I could tell that he was trying to get me out the door. Basically, it was either take it or leave it. We could redo the ring for you with high purity solder, but at that point, if anything happened to it, it would be, basically your responsibility. We wouldn't take responsibility if the ring broke on account of our jewelers using a higher purity solder. So, I paid for the ring, but I just think that as a business, they should have more pride in the products that they make, because if I hadn't made the rep scan the purity of the ring, I would have never known that this was under carat. And I didn't expect this from Daniel Jeweler Inc. because, like I said previously, I had commissioned a previous piece that I didn't have any problems with, so I wasn't really expecting problems this time around. But that just goes to show you that no matter if it's from Daniel Jeweler Inc. or any other popular big jeweler, always make sure that you have that ring tested to make sure that you're getting what you actually pay for. In this case, like I said, this was a gift, and I didn't want to run the risk of this ring snapping or them not finishing the ring on time. If this was my ring, I would have pushed back more, but basically I just wanted to have the ring to give to my aunt. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think the rep's explanation was, I guess, did it make sense, or, was it BS? In my opinion, I think it was BS. I'm not a jeweler, but from other videos that I've seen from, other jewelers who have covered the process of them making Miami Cuban link, links, whether it's chains or bracelets. They always make sure that the solder pieces that they use to connect the links are the same purity as the, links themselves. It kind of doesn't make sense for a jeweler to make lower or to include lower quality metal in the solder that they're going to use to, bind the links. So I just think that the jeweler, whoever made this piece, got lazy, didn't make sure that the final product was correct in the purity, and just, moved on to the next project that they had. So, very disappointed with Danny Jeweler Inc. And, it's a shame because they always get high praises, and the work of this ring is spectacular. It's solid, it looks good, but the purity isn't right, and like I said, any reputable business has to stand on the quality of their pieces, and this piece just wasn't up to par in the carat department. So, just a cautionary tale for those people that think that just because a jeweler is popping and that other people are recommending them doesn't mean that you're going to run into any issues. There is going to be an issue. And in this case, Danny Jeweler Inc., their representatives didn't want to work with me on making it right. They kind of did give me an option, but basically that option was not satisfactory. But I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, guys. Take care.